Hello and welcome to another mod spotlight. This time we're taking a look at Red World. Red World is based on a history where not the US but the Soviet Union won the so-called Cold War, in which the communist ideology became prominent around Europe instead of the of democracy. So it's a modern day scenario. Which in Soviet Union won the Cold War against the USA. So, however, while they managed to create a new world order, the Soviets have met their match not just in Democrats but in the right, but also in fellow communists. So there's not a unified world. So there are several new ideologies. You got fascism, nationalism, monarchism, national Bolshevism, national conservatism, centrism, liberalism, new democracy, moderate socialism, revolutionary socialism, and communism. They promise a focus tree for all nations. However, at the release there is already a large generic focus tree. Anyway, let's just dive into it. This borrows parts from Millennium Dawn, and there's a lot of other stuff. Flags, a cabinet, which allows for you to appoint various ministers of defense, economy, science, and foreign affairs. Each minister has a different trait, so choose wisely. Scientists, Red World theorists, from agricultural scientists to computer scientists, giving you different bonuses. Several events for certain nations, including the Olympics up to 2018. Leader supporters of a few countries. Takes a while to finish the leader. Okay. 2 new buildings, the hospital and the research center. I'm intrigued. And a communist European Union for all your EU SSR needs. A unique national spirit for India. The major American powers are more. And Putin. Okay. It's a feature, apparently. And it takes the Millennium Dawn map and tech tree. Well, let's just dive into this and let's take a look. There's some information here. For almost 2 decades, it has been believed that the United States and Soviet Union would be at each other's throats for centuries to come. But with an economic crisis after every few years, a socialist revolution in another third world nation, and a disastrous American intervention somewhere on the planet, the United States collapsed in 1987 as the Soviet Union took control over the world, and the lands of the former United States shattered into various nations. Seemed like communism was unstoppable. But now, as the Soviet world order weakens, can democracy be revived, or will be more radical ideology take hold? Well, let's take the scenario. Let's just gotta take a look at the world. So the major players are Soviet Union, People's Republic of China. We got the German Democratic Republic. We got I have no clue who that is. Cascadian separatism, Colombian people. This is Colombia, all right. We've got this is the American people, the American People's Commonwealth. Okay, and we got the American Republic, which is a nationalist party. These guys are socialists. But the UK, which are still Democrats. And then we've got a lot of other countries. So let's just take a look around the world what we have. This is a lot of red. So we've got Norwegians, Swedish. I think I'm just gonna join in as one of the nations, and what better off to show... Oh wow, the Americas, they really have shattered. The UAPR. I don't know what it stands for. Midwestern Union. Anyway, why don't we just play as, I don't know, Russia. Just to start taking a look around. I'm probably not gonna play as seriously. I'll just probably just remove the fog of war and start taking a look at several of the features. And if you want to see something, you know, me do a series of this because it seems interesting, let me know in the comments down below. And we will run a series on it. So yeah, let's just take a look around the world. Let's start with factions, which is what's interesting to me. We got the Warsaw Pact, which is not a big nation, which also controls most of Europe. We got the British Isle Protection Union, which basically is Ireland and the United Kingdom. Then we got the Democratic League, so Canada and Alaska are the only true Democrats left, and then there's a lot of other ideologies. And I wish there was an ideological map mode because it would make it a little easier, but we've got to go through a couple of these countries. So I think most of Europe is France is full-on communist. We got communism here, communism, 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 probably communism. So these are all just full-blown communists. We've got the revolutionary socialists in Denmark. Sweden is centrist. Okay. Sure, which party is that? Okay. We got the Norwegian, they went full revolutionary socialist. Finland, also revolutionary socialist. So there's a revolutionary socialism is on the rise. I don't know what the difference is between regular communism and that, but okay. Africa, of course, is broken up. We got South Africa. I try to mostly see the ideologies which are national conservatives. Okay. So they're technically a democracy, I think. Mostly communism in Angola, in the Congolese Union. India, what are you? New Democrat. New Democracy advocates for a revival of the old social democracies of the Cold War era, especially in Europe, South America, and parts of North America. Okay, interesting. Australia. You are also a New Democrat. New Zealand is nationalist. With Winston Peters. Okay. We've got some national conservatives here. And then there's America. We're going to take a good look at America. So we've got a communist faction with the UAPR. Now we've got the Union of Lincoln, which are nationalist Bolsheviks. Elements of radical nationalism and Bolshevism, which is often anti-capitalist in tone with sympathy towards certain forms of socialism. We've got the nation of Utah, which are national conservatives. We've got Arizona, which are liberals. Mexico, because they took back parts of, you know, taxes and stuff. They count. National conservatives. Texas, they're nationalists. We got the Midwestern Union, which are centrists. Montana, they're fascists. Those. We've got a Great Lakes Republic, which are moderate socialists. Democratic socialism ideology that advocates political democracy along social ownership of the means of production, often an emphasis on democratic management of enterprises with the social economic system. Alright. Illinois here is liberal. You got the American People's Commonwealth, which is, yeah, definitely revolutionary socialist. And we've got the American Republic, which is led by the Republican Party, which I would consider nationalist. The Democratic Party is dead. They're fairly nationalistic, yeah. Now let's take a look. I don't know if there is... I don't believe there are particular... there's just one focus tree, I think, for all nations. There might be one for like Russia, perhaps among the bigger important nations, but this looks like, yeah, they're all following the same focus tree. Not that surprising. Okay, that's pretty awesome. This looks like a very deep focus tree, and probably, well, if I start properly playing it, we should give this a true look. Right, let's take a look through the research tree. What do we have? Now, it says it borrows the tech tree from the Millennium Dawn mod, and so far this looks, yeah, just like a carbon copy. You've got some support battalions, but I haven't played the Millennium Dawn mod in ages, so it's kind of good to see that this is, you know, as it exists. This could use some modernization. No new trees here. Naval is a complicated tree, and I never really understood any of this. Funnily enough, it's kind of true that the only ships that currently are remaining is the largest class ships. Like light cruisers are dying out. I think only the US and like Peru are operating light cruisers. Carriers and destroyers mostly. Some air tree, engineering. This looks all fairly similar to what I remember. Alright, and this is just the other tree. Now there were 2 new buildings that it was advocating, so let's just take a look at that. We got hospitals. This building provides a state with more recruitment capabilities. click this, select the building, and click on a state, start construction. So what does it actually do? Can put it on every state. It says more recruitment possibilities. So I kind of want to take a look at that. Research center. This building provides a nation with more research capabilities. Okay. Sure. So I'm just gonna cheat a little bit to see what these buildings actually do. So when they're finished, let's see if that changes anything. Really, come on, where are these built? And okay, I'll let it take once, and then both should be built one day. All right, so now they have a research center, and so what is it? Does it really? It doesn't change anything. So what does it really do? Where's the modern university software? Let's just see how insane you can go with this. So with IC on, you can just click the buildings in. See, do we see a difference here in research? No, nothing. So what does it do? Gives you more research capabilities. Okay. This is not being explained anywhere. What do we see as new research? Is there like, you need so many of these to... this is political, industrial. I have no idea. I have no idea what it does. Let's see, is there like in a cabinet or something, some requirements? Oh, nice. This mod looks really deep, gotta confess. And I think it's, but there's just a few questions that I have, like, okay, what do... So we've got these factories, it's always nice to see these back. But I really want to know, what does the research center do? Because they are really expensive to build, and the hospitals are fairly cheap. This hospital increase my monthly growth in these states. Okay, let's take a... Okay, Kiev has none yet. It's a non-core state. Interesting, so only Kiev here is considered a non-core state. Let's go to Moscow. So monthly growth is 72, and so it's 0.08, 72,1441. Does this change anything? Let's just let the game update perhaps once. Okay, so I have no clue what these buildings actually do. Provides the state with more recruitment capabilities. Alright, weird. A lot of new companies that you could access in here. Let's take a look. We got usual, and the usual. Alright, so I think this is a small look at a world which is ruled by communism, which is based upon the Millennium Dawn mod, so you kind of can expect a little bit of what's going on here. But yes, it's fairly interesting I think to do a series on this, but I'll let you guys decide. Also, if you have a preference on a nation or a theme of the series, let me know. And if you happen to know what research, because it doesn't just says on here that it adds 2 new buildings, a hospital and a research center, which isn't fairly well explained here. And I can't really find it anywhere right now. And the focus trees are still being implemented. So, now you know that. Nuclear reactors built. Is there something here? I can't see anything that would suggest anything with this? Oh. These two buildings, they... Anyway, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching this short mod spotlight. I'm interested. I'm going to play around a little bit with it. And if you guys want to see a full-fledged series, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.